Subscribe to the Lightsport and Ultralight Flyer web video magazine with hundreds and hundreds of videos now online, including airshow coverage, Rotax engine tech tips, Rotax 377, 447, 503, 532, and 582 engine rebuilding videos, each 2 hours in length, propeller maintenance, advisories and repairs, BRS parachute saves, Bing carb updates, and much, much more. Get a yearly subscription at www.ultralightflyer.com. And is this a see-through airplane?
It is kind of a see-through airplane. Let me gently lower the door here so you can really get the whole vision. Bubble door, glass from front to back, glass from nose over to the top. You can see out of this thing like you can see out of a helicopter. This is the Aeroprakt A22 LS. The LS, we understand, is for light sport. A22 has been the model name for a long time. First time I flew this airplane was at the factory, or near the factory anyway, in Kiev, Ukraine. So this one comes to us from Ukraine and is the original manufactured version, one of several models this company makes, but this is the one they think is best suited to the American market.
What type of construction is used in this airplane?
Well, it uses a variety. Up here in the nose we've got fiberglass cowling, but a lot of the rest of it is metal construction, metal wings, and of course all that glass and metal composite on the wheel pants, composite prop, the old familiar Rotax 912S engine in here, but it's got a couple of differences inside that I think you'll find interesting about the cockpit and the control mechanisms. We'll have a look at that in a moment.
How does it? How do they steer it on the ground?
Well, it's got nosewheel steering, and we'll check inside to see. I don't know if this particular one's been fitted with toe brakes or if it's got a handbrake, but nosewheel steering. Nice flying little airplane, not the fastest in the fleet, but a very great set of behavior characteristics. You just about can't go wrong in this airplane. The designer, Yuri Yakovlev, it's one of those Russians' names some of us Americans can actually pronounce. A bright young fellow, I think about 12 or 15 different designs. I can't even keep track of them all, some twin engines and other things. Really knows his stuff, and he and a bunch of his fellows that work at the factory in Kiev, Ukraine, came out of the Antonov aircraft factory. Antonov is a Soviet word that we know, build giant airplanes, that huge transport aircraft. A lot of those fellows found themselves out of work when the Soviets pulled out back in the late 1980s, and some of them went off and founded this company. They actually have a little bit of Saudi Arabian money that helped get them started, and they've sold a number of airplanes into that country for that reason. But they've got airplanes all over the world, and now they are coming into the U.S. with this market. They have an American outlet. I'm talking now with Nick Somm. He's from Aeroprakt America, and I had a question I couldn't resolve on my own. Are you going to offer this as a kit in the United States?
No, we're not. No.
So SLSA only?
Yes.
Okay,
Doug
great.
and I have built too many airplanes. We don't want to support a kit builder.
Sure, that's a whole different game,
Yeah,
I know.
it is.
Kit building, fully manufactured, almost two different worlds, even if it may be the same airplane. Great. So it's an SLSA, but when I spoke with you earlier, Nick, and we'll go look at the airplane and you'll see how it's equipped, but you told me about a very interesting price for this airplane. What kind of numbers are we talking about?
We're talking $80,000, $79,900 for a fully equipped airplane sitting here with a Dynon Skyview EFIS, a Mode S transponder, an ICOM radio, and an ELT, and an intercom. And that's enough for anybody.
Oh yeah, right. That Skyview system has got a lot of
got
information on it.
everything in it.
I think we probably better go look inside the airplane, but tell me briefly, Aeroprakt America, where you're located?
We're located in DeLand, Florida,
DeLand,
right on
Florida.
the airport.
Great.
And been there, both of us have been there over 10 years. And Doug is involved with Aeroprakt. I work for Doug.
Excellent. So I said I'd been to the aircraft factory. Now we've come all the way back to almost my home. I live down here in Florida. I'm at Spruce Creek, just a literal hop away over to DeLand, Florida, near Daytona Beach, roughly, for those that don't know Florida very well.
And the gas is cheaper.
And the gas is cheaper there. And it doesn't use much to begin with.
Right.
Let's go have a look inside.
Okay.
Yeah, quite a roomy cabin there, Dan.
Gee, it really is, you know, and it feels like I'm in, I feel like I'm sitting in a fishbowl, except for one that flies, because I can see just about every direction from in here. It seems like it's all glass. I know there are some people that go, well, I'd like to have some aluminum there, but you know, when the aluminum is that big, Really, do you really need it? Wouldn't you rather see well? This is like flying in a helicopter, including its sort of instrument pod here. Does not go all the way over to the side, so I have exceptional forward visibility. I could practically see the nose wheel from here.
And you're using a yoke system on this.
This one uses a dual yoke. And it, by the way, the question earlier that we asked about does not have toe brakes, uses a center hand brake, but it does have rudder pedals on both sides. So the seating in here is very comfortable. 2 seats side by side, a lot of room. I mean, I've got the door closed. I don't have it latched, but because it's clear, you can't see. But you can tell here, I've got my elbow and I'm just touching it. I mean, that is a pretty serious amount of room. A couple of big guys could fit in here easily. Inside, we've got a very strong construction. Gives you a lot of good feeling about the safety aspects of this. Kind of makes a safety cell out of it. And then we've got this panel, dominated by the large 10-inch sky view right in the center, backed up with a couple of instruments over here, airspeed and altitude, and fuel gauges down here, turn and ball indicator and a compass. But with the Dynon Skyview 10-inch screen, you've got just about everything you need. And remember now, all this stuff, everything you see in here, this is standard for under $80,000. So for those people that are saying, gosh, there's nothing less than $150,000, well, there are some of those, but there are also some of these. And here's $80,000 ready to fly in the United States from Aeroprakt America.
And if they wanted to get more information, Dan, where would they go?
Well, that's the website, Aeroprakt America, and I know we'll put it up on the screen, but just for those that want to hear it, it's Aeroprakt. It's a Ukrainian name, so Aeroprakt America, located right here in DeLand, Florida. You can get all the information you want on it.
And you have a flight report on this airplane, Dan?
I do have a flight report on the A22. It actually is not the one they're selling here, but the flight characteristics are going to be identical. You can find that on bydanjohnson.com or bydanjohnson.com.